Welcome to San Marcos, Texas, home of the Texas State Bobcats, a place widely known as one of the continuously inhabited sites in America, and we expect our crowd to continually inhabit and make their presence known in this game. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we see the number 17 in the country, the California Golden Bears, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Texas State Bobcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Golden Bears will put total leather to crank us up. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
We'll take over first and
10. A first down for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Pulls it in. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
They'll try the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This move just oozes confidence, going for it on 4th down from their own side of the field. Makes a grab enough for the first. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And the Bobcats have their offense in high gear. Going up top on 1st down. Grabs it in the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
The Bobcats will line it up on 1st and 10. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Got him downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Great timing there in the curl route by the QB. Gets it out early, and against zone coverage, because he gets it to his receiver so quick, he's able to turn it up and get the first down.
Now from inside the red zone. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Now on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
11th play of this opening drive coming up at this one, a 3rd and long. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unleashes to the end zone. He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, they'll find.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. The defense pounced on that, and now they're headed the other way.
Man, that's fumbles in consecutive weeks. Coaches don't like that. They start to, you know what happens is the trust factor goes out the window. I don't want to run you as much because I can't trust you as much, especially in big spots. Got to hold on to that football.
From the gun, the ground game. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Just about the time the quarterback got the snap, that dude was in his mustache.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry in the backfield. Got him to the ground before he could even think about getting the laces and trying to get the ball out of his hands.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Unloads to the wideout. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
And the Golden Bears racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll keep it himself. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Red pass, it's complete. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal.
Number 86.
lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the PAT makes it 7-0.
Is good. That makes the score Cal 7, Texas State 0.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Kick this one away.
Oh, he's going to take a chance. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback.
Bobcats will take over 1st and 10.
Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
They'll leave it with him. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Quick strike complete. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a 1st down.
The end of the 1st quarter. With the score Cal 7, Texas State 0.
And the Bobcats come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the 1st down marker.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I get credit for that catch. Nice job, nice pitch, nice catch.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Going to the running game. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The Bobcats moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Ball in the air, intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The Golden Bears get it past the sticks.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that 1st down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. This is a design run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play, because You've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the Golden Bears have moved it inside the 20. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Lets it go to the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, they'll take to the air. Dances away to buy time. He's got him this time. That throw and catch gets him down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find it.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They'll go empty and 5 wide on 2nd and 13. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Snatches it on the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They make the stop, and not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Coming after him. Getting some heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Got it. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Makes a grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. And the Bobcats will hustle to the line. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. And, boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David. He'll take a deep shot here. Snags it inside the 20. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And that flea flicker is a play that they've probably had in their back pocket for weeks, just waiting for the right time to call it. They picked the perfect moment. Everybody fooled defensively, accurate throw by the QB, and they get a massive gain, David.
And that's what you want. When you call these plays, man, you're trying to hit a home run, and they hit a home run. Great execution, great timing, and the defense looks like they're absolutely confused.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. He finds his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Field goal is good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Bobcats will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Running back searching for a hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Golden Bears want to pick up the tempo. Complete on third down. Got room at the 35. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You've got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
And the Golden Bears getting set on first and 10. On the ground, it's Morton. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the run of the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
Looking to throw on second down. Got his man quickly. And the 45 on his way. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
The Golden Bears are marching down the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Finds space on the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that.
I mean, what a great route by the wide receiver. You talk about leaving everybody in the dust. I mean, he left everybody behind him, runs the corner route, and to be honest, I mean, there is nobody stopping.
Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Morton. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? The pull and throw off the RPO. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
Number 86.
Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. Fair catch called for and made. Offense getting set for first down. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
On second down, looking again to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He'll throw on third down. Throws to the tight end. Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, not down in distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Quarterback on the keeper. Still running at the 40. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, and those quarterbacks have the opportunity with those RPOs. They can quickly give it to the running back and make it a run, and he pulls it. I'm not sure it's the right decision, or maybe he just didn't get his feet set and everything went well, but obviously that play didn't work real well.
Offense gets set for second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle, it's Edwards. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Oklahoma State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Boone Pickens Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Nebraska. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. The give to the left. At the 35, he's loose. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
Looking to go up top on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Really good job by the defense taking away the deep ball. Remember, you can roll those corners up, or you can roll those corners back. You want to take away the deep ball, keep it back deep. You want to take away the shallow stuff, bring them up tight on the line of scrimmage.
They'll line up for a second down play. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Morton. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Cal 17, Texas State 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. It's reverse. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to love this if you're the defensive coordinator because your defense stayed disciplined. They didn't over-pursue to the running back. They stayed home, played great with their eyes, and they were able to make the tackle.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cal.
Cal, number 84.
On to attempt the try.
And the score. The kicker is on for the extra point.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to run it back. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one.
We'll take over first and 10.
Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
And the Bobcats want to move quickly.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there.
The Bobcats will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, he'll fire. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. 1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Well, that's an outstanding effort by the defense. Backs against the wall. How about the play inside on that defensive line, just tunneling down low? They're able to get the stop, and now they set up 4th and 1 on the goal line.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State.
And I love these designed runs, goal to go situations. Gotta have it. I know I get an extra blocker with now my quarterback running the football, being decisive, getting downhill, getting in the end zone.
They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Unloads to the right. Makes a catch past the sticks. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They're still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
Number 21.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Texas State 14.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Advance on the football.
Oh, he's going to go for the return. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28.
Bobcats will take over. First and 10.
Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
He's looking to throw it. He looks that one in nicely. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On second down, just keeps firing. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They keep attacking through the air. He'll pull it down and run. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. And the Bobcats come to the line in the hurry-up. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Really nice job by this sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down with the run.
These QBs that can scramble and buy time, you just got to have a lot of energy. I mean, you got to keep chasing. Sometimes you run upfield, you got to retrace your steps. QB won that battle, and now you got another chance, 1st and goal. Get your mind right.
What a snag by the defense. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
And he intercepts it. Looking for more room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Bobcats.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this this play. Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, and build some momentum for some future games.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, Texas State, 21.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to the quarterback. He uncorks one deep. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Taking it the other way. The 40. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
The offense tries a little razzle-dazzle. They try and dial up a flea flicker, but the defense was not fooled. They stayed home in the back end, and they ended up coming up with the pick.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Comes out throwing on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Texas State.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
2-point conversion attempt is coming. Snap in the shotgun. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate. Crosses midfield. The 30. The 20. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.